Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion LA Chargers taking on another team from the AFC, the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The stage is finally set, and here we go. Super Bowl 57 is underway. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Murray now to throw. Right side caught by Jackson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. Murray now. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Murray, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyson Alulu gets in there and drops it. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Murray. He finds his man, complete. It's Lamb. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down.
Illegal forward pass.
So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Now back to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, you talk about safety first. Gosh, for such a rare play, kind of unbelievable how many Super Bowls recently have begun with a safety. Charles, you had Tom Brady getting called for grounding against the Giants in Super Bowl 46.
Peyton Manning with the snap over his head in Super Bowl 48.
Yep, and now here's this one. Throwing on first down is Murray. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Murray. They'll hit Jackson complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Now Murray. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This will be fielded at the 17. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They'll set up to throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. Touchdown! An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Had the option to hand that one off and run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's now a 7-2 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Peterson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Yeah. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Rolling to his right. Charger touchdown. How about that? Their quarterback, 76 yards. And the Chargers are once again back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived? Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 2. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a 1st down.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver 1st. 1 quarter done, and 3 more to play here at Super Bowl 57. 9-7 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And we are back and ready to go for the 2nd quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
This is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. A 12-yard touchdown grab as they have taken the lead. Well, that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 5. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
That's caught by Jackson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing now is Murray. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. He'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught. A huge play. Nathaniel Hackett apparently disagrees with the ruling on the field, and he's going to challenge this one. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to.
Not able to break away this time as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw here. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jeff Swain taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, then he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Murray. This will be caught by Brown. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. To throw, it's Murray. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Denver's offense ready to go again. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's got him in, complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second and a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown from 21 yards away. And the Broncos are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. Got outside of the tackle box, and sometimes that could be a recipe for disaster, but here it was not.
It's frustrating for guys on defense, too, because he got out to the left and then still delivered on the move with accuracy.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Murray. Forced out to his left. Oh, fancy running by Murray. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Murray's going to keep it again. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. On 2nd and 9, Murray. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll drop to throw. time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge is successful.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They'll look to throw again. He completes it to Beckham. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18. A good pickup there at 22. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And even though they've got work to do on the scoreboard, their running game has been solid. Over 100 yards rushing in that first half. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now he'll let it go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this when he's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
Now he's going to throw deep right side. He's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this way. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. First down, Murray. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Murray going to throw. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Second and 12. Here's Murray. And that's complete to Shepard. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 30-yard line. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Carlos Dunlap, the one who got in there to make the stop behind the line.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Again, Murray will keep it. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down. Now Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good player.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body.
And the Chargers are going to take over once again. 37-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never know. They didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted it. Right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Murray now on first down. It's caught by Jackson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Second down, Peterson pushes him over, and he gets it down to the 32.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Murray now.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Murray to air it out again. He gets it complete to Jackson. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 21. Murray now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception. They've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. The play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Third quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, Murray's...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
Steps away.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just...
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going.
It's a game that they...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl.
And the Broncos are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are of the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it an onside kick.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the Broncos will take over here just shy of the 30. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Final minute now of the third quarter. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Murray. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Broncos are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass. All the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter.
From the 29, Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
On first down, they're going option left. Murray with a nice move. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Peterson will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
Coming up. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Fields it right around the goal line. The Broncos about set to go on offense. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll set up a throw, escaping the pressure right. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And this is caught. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. 55 yards.
And the Broncos are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is now an even 30. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi Trophy so...
And now here's another interception.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He'll drop to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Looking to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. Touchdown! A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Broncos continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
Saw a touchdown, too.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody didn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. A yard.
Murray going to throw. Quick slant to Brown. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. 36 yards.
And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth. I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. They'll try and run some clock. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes it back to the house.
see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the